Okay, just want to know we're paying attention.
Obviously, professional speaker.
There we go. Repeat after me. Dream big.
Dream big.
One more time.
Dream big.
Big. All right, so I did exactly what my mother told me to do, just like most of your parents, right? I went to school, I got my education. I didn't do the bare bones. I actually went and got my master's, right? So I was doing something big, right? So here it is. I went to school, I guess, for 20 years. That's what it seemed like. And I jumped into my career. So here it is, year number 1. I'm working, I'm excited, yet I was unfulfilled. Year number 2, I was unsatisfied. Year number 3, I was just unhappy. How could it be that I took the fast track? You know, I did what my parents told me to do. I went to school, right? I got my education. I actually graduated high school at 16, did my undergrad by 20, had graduated my master's before 21 with a 3.8. I thought I was doing something. I was excited, right? But I catapulted into a career that I thought was my passion, and I was just stuck. How many of you in here have been in a place that you know that place? Raise your hand, okay? That you felt stuck, that you felt unfulfilled, that relationship where you just unsatisfied, you weren't making the money you wanted to, you were just saying to yourself, what happened to my goals and my dreams? Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. Two hands. So that's where I was. I was upset and bothered. And there came one day when I was planning a trip to see my favorite person. I want you to think about your favorite person, okay? Everybody in here have somebody that they love, that they care about, that's their favorite person? So my favorite person was my grandmother, and still is, still alive to this day. And I wanted to plan a trip to visit her in the island of Jamaica. Any Jamaicans in here? Jamaica? All right, one, okay. So here it is, I was planning this trip to go to Jamaica, to visit my grandmother, to get the good food, to go swimming in the ocean, to have fun, you know? So months in advance now, I walk into my boss's office. Well, you know, I knock first. Hello? So I walk in and I said, I'd like to take some time off, you know, paid time off. This is what you earn when you work a job, right? You earn this. This is my time. So I said, okay, in a couple months, not next weekend, in a couple months, I'd like to take a little time off to go see my grandma. Well, Cassandra, just let me know 2 weeks before. Now, we're talking about Jamaica. This is not like, you know, down the street, okay? Let me know 2 weeks before because it depends on the workload at that time. There were a couple choice words that came to my mind, but I decided not to say them. Yes, don't lose my religion now. Okay. And then I turned around and walked out. And that was the moment where I just knew there had to be more. I just knew that there had to be more to my life than someone telling me I couldn't spend time with my favorite person. You would think that the least that they could do was give you that time. You work hard to see your family, right? That's a purpose for which we work hard, is to be able to do things that we love. That is the time that I knew I had to do something different. So here it is, I was playing with the idea of coaching, right? Okay, so you hear about this coaching and it's been around for decades, but I told myself that I wasn't enough. I told myself that I didn't have what it takes. I told myself that I didn't have the requirements, the certifications, I didn't have the connections, I didn't know the people, I didn't have the clients, I didn't have anything, I didn't have enough. Have you ever had that situation, right? Where you had that big dream, where you knew you wanted to start your own business, where you wanted to do something different, where you wanted to write that book, where you wanted to travel across the world, maybe even get married, but you yourself said that you weren't enough. Something like that. So, a couple weeks later, I sat down and I flipped through a magazine, my favorite magazine, Entrepreneur Magazine. I don't work for them, but you should subscribe. So, Entrepreneur Magazine, and here it is that I was seeking. You know, Scripture says that ask. All right, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, and knocking. Right, so here it was that I was seeking an opportunity, seeking something different, knowing that there was more, and boom, right on that page, big and bright letters, coaching. And I started to read through the article, and this is where I whipped out my highlighter and started to highlight, take some notes on those index cards that you have there, and I said, wow, I do this already. This is something that I've been doing for years. I already have what it takes. I already have the education to do this. What the heck was wrong with me? Right? How many times have we held ourselves back? Not your mom, not your dad, not your brother, not your cousin, but you. It's amazing, but so many sitting in this room have that dream that has been sitting on that shelf since 1972. Just sitting there. One day, maybe, when I get that certificate, when I get that degree, when I meet those people, the time is now. And it's amazing that it took all of that, right, to get me to where I am. So I started my coaching business, all that good stuff. It was great, but I had to make a plan. And just turn to your neighbor and say, there are going to be some obstacles. Y'all already know, right? So you already know. Okay. So, okay, amen, hallelujah. All right, take it to church. So we all know that there's going to be some obstacles. There's going to be some naysayers. There are going to be some people out there that are going to tell you that you can't do it. But understand what your dream is your dream and it's nobody else's, right? So it's really important that I understood that. I walked into this business planning class. It was a free class, through the city of a certain city. I won't say it because you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so a city locally. And I took this business class and I was really excited, doing a business plan. Got to get it together. All right, this is what I'm going to do. Very excited. So I stand up in front of the class towards the end of the class and, hey, this is my business. I'm going to be a coach, do public speaking, going to go all over the world. I'm so excited. The professor then says, Casandra, there are enough Oprahs in the world. There's a lot of motivational speakers already out there. You should just go work for the Girl Scouts. Your business plan's not going to work. And this is someone that I had respect for because, they know all about business planning and, they teach this class and they do very well at their job where they teach the class about business planning, so they don't have business. But okay, anyway, so it's very important. It's very important that you watch who you take advice from. But what I'm talking about is that there's going to be obstacles with your dreams, right? When you start to write that book, your computer just might crash, right? When you want to do that product launch, somebody else might just have that same idea. If you want to travel, the money might be a little hard to find because all of a sudden $1,000 needs to go somewhere else. But understand that you have to hold the vision. Can you say hold the vision?
Hold the vision.
Hold the vision. Okay. So here it is. You have this vision in mind of starting your own business, creating a new product, getting married, traveling across the world. For me, coaching. It was so exciting, and one of the biggest dreams I had was to be featured on television, in magazines. And what was so amazing, because I kept putting one foot in front of the other, the phone calls started coming. Somebody say, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. And when I picked up the phone, which was so amazing to me, Essence magazine. We're talking about Essence. You guys know Essence? Essence magazine. Ebony magazine. Women's Day. Hello. Women's Day. That is a big time. Okay. Exactly. That's everybody. Okay? Everybody. Worldwide. Okay? Across the board. So for me, and then to be on BET, Island TV, all these different things, all type of opportunities came my way because I held the vision. And I continue to hold the vision. So in terms of your dreams, in terms of what it is that you want to do, what is it that you've been holding back on? What is it that you've been saying, I'm not enough in? What is it that you've been saying, I don't know anybody that does this. I know nothing about it. I'll tell you one person, the lady that created Spanx, which I'm pretty sure just about every woman in here wears. She knew Jack Diddley, okay? About some Spanx or pantyhose or whatever it is. But she created a business out of a need, something she just thought of, right? And she took herself to the next level by making the connections and the sacrifices that she needed to do. But then she held the vision. So when you have to dream big, I really want you to think about what's that thing you've been holding back on. And I don't care if you're over 50 or under 25, whatever your age, there is still time to do it. And the time is now. The time is right now, right? They talk about KFC and Colonel Sanders. How old was he? 72?
Right.
72 years old, knocking on over 1,000 doors. He got 1,000 no's before he got that. Before he got that one person, multi-billionaire. So what is it that you've been holding back on that you think that you don't know enough about? There's enough connections in here, in this room right now, to make it happen. Or where is that not enough in your life? Where you're saying, well, maybe I can't share my vision because someone else might steal it, you know? I can't collaborate with someone else because there's just not enough money in the world, okay? So I just want you to start to think of the abundance, okay? There's billions of people on this earth, billions, and they each have a little bit of something to them, right? So you can help other people, you can sell your product to people. So I want to go along with Priscilla and say it's important for us to get together and collaborate with whatever it is that you do. This is the analogy that I always think about when I'm talking to my clients. You walk into the mall, right? Walk into the mall. Express, Limited, what's another? Gap, Old Navy. They all sell the same shirt. They all sell the same dress, yet they're all still in business. You yourself might buy that dress in each color from each store, right? Or they have their specific clientele. I understand that people who hear me may not hear Priscilla, and people who hear Priscilla may not hear me. So there is no competition in this world, right? What is for you, period, right? So it's really important in terms of dreaming big to go ahead and take that challenge and say, I'm going to take that step out on faith and start to do what I've been meaning to do, what I've been talking about doing, because that's what I was doing. I was doing a lot of talking and nothing else. And I had to have a friend tell me, you know, Cassandra, just do it. He was tired of me talking about, oh, one day I'm going to start my business, right? So you have to sit down and say, okay, well, I need to take step number one, right? What is it? Martin Luther King talks about taking that first step. That's faith right there without seeing the entire staircase. It's okay if you don't see everything clear as day. That's why you have people here to support you. And that's why NSN is an amazing organization to connect with other individuals who are driven. But, you know, if you want to increase your income, increase that dream, have better relationships, the time is now for you to dream big. So if you have your phone, I do have a free gift, okay? So if you have your phone and it has internet, I want you to go to inspiremany.com/dreambig, inspiremany.com/dreambig, and the seventh person, number of completion, to sign up for my email list, which is also a challenge, you know. My vision is to have 1,000 people join this challenge to dream big. You'll win a free CD that I have here, which is of a $39.99 value. And it's right out front, on sale just today for $20, the NSN discount. So that's about it, guys. I really, really thank you for allowing me to be here and just to remind you all to dream big.
Again, we want to thank Ms. Dams and her presentation, as well as Coach Cass. We're going to take a little break right now for some refreshments, and we're going to